activities I mean worked on the project level. I mean, one is the project, one of the account. Sometimes project activity related to performance testing, I will be 100% available for that. In case there is no billable part of performance testing, that time they will be allocated to manual testing activities. Like that, I have little bit of experience in manual testing, but my profile totally fulfilled with the performance testing. So I want to upgrade myself of as a LoadRunner to knowledge. Currently, I'm working. I mean, currently I'm working in IT. So using Jmeter tool project.
Okay,
Different,
okay,
yeah, as different domains I work, and health domain I participated. Currently, is the warehouse management. That kind
okay.
of project domain I'm working
So
currently.
you might
I
have been
want
knowing
to upgrade
correlation.
myself.
Yeah, in Jmeter, you might have been
Correlation.
knowing the
Yes,
parameterization.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, both are
Okay.
the concept. Yes, I know that. Even logical
Oh,
things also can. But I
oh,
want to
nice, nice.
upgrade myself in performance testing using LoadRunner tool, especially. That is
LoadRunner
my
tool.
intention.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
I
I
will
got
be
it.
working as a in future project a team lead. So I should be more proficient on the LoadRunner tool. So that is my
Okay.
intention to learn.
Okay. Thanks. Got it. So others, can you go next?
Yeah, I'm having around 9 years of experience. I work in the data analysis field currently, and previously I worked in performance testing in the LoadRunner and Jmeter also. So I'm having 5 years of experience in relevant in performance testing.
Okay. So any reason why you are coming to, if you have LoadRunner experience, why you are coming to this class? May I know if you don't mind?
Actually, I'm currently looking for new roles, so my in the interviews it is not getting cracked actually.
Okay, okay, okay. But work hands-on you have, but some kind of course, formal course you didn't do, so that's why you are here.
Yes, yes. Actually, in the first initial company, they have put training in Java development, and then they put in projects in performance testing. Actually, so I don't
Okay,
have training knowledge in the performance testing.
Yes, yes. I think you should know the functional fundamental thing of performance testing concepts. I think.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks, Adarsh. Yeah, yeah. So Gagan, can you go next, please? Yeah, thanks, Adarsh. Gagan, can you go next, please? We'll quickly wind it off. Okay, no problem. So yeah, so Spike is not working. So thanks for your input, guys. So now, how we'll go is we'll go, as a layman term or as a way of introduction of performance testing. We'll go into that way first. So even though you guys have already experienced and know the concepts, please bear with me. It's for your demo and the style of which how I teach, and and the people who doesn't have any background or experience, they'll it will be grateful help for them as well. So I'll quickly share my screen. Yeah. So the first question is why we are doing performance testing, right? Like what is the need of it? So before the when the application comes to come to a development phase or any if the the new testing has been a new development has been started, the testing process also is quite important. So we have multiple type of testing. We have manual testing, we have automation testing, we have performance, security, and everything. Each and everything have separate weightage and separate use case for it. So does the performance. So performance testing or any will have a life cycle of any development application, any of the application. The development the cycle goes like six. So first, if any of the application comes, we'll first gather the requirements. Then it will go to planning. Then they will go to design. Design means basically development. Then testing. Then deployment. Lastly, maintenance and upgrades. Upgrades. Okay. So this is the typical workflow of any development, any application which comes for development. So we are mainly concentrating on the testing thing. In testing also we have different type of testings. So as we discussed, like we have for each and every testing we have different type of use cases. So first is manual, then automation, performance, security. Then UAT, we don't bother about it. We know what those kind of testings will user acceptance test that will be having that individual definitions will say in the actual class. So manual testing is, for example, if I take any of the application, if I test it manually, means, for example, I'm taking this application as example. For example, this application comes, they'll give the URL, username, passwords, or we can create. We only the testers are people who are in the company have access for this application. Okay, this it's not a live application. For example, we'll say live means it's not available for every outside user. It will be the inner circle, or it will be the company which is testing or developing. Okay, so if what does the manual tester does? For example, this application I have opened with the URL. If I click on speakers, the number of speakers should come. Okay, and all these should be populated. All the logos, everything should be working fine. If I click on drop down, this drop down should come. I should be able to segregate the items. When I reduce the price range, the automatically the products also updated. So this is the kind of testing which happens in manual. Manual, there are a lot of other things are going on, but just people who doesn't know about testing is the main part. Same thing automation way. As far as my knowledge, I'll say the same thing. What we are doing, we can't. For example, we have this is called test case. Okay. For example, what is a test case? If I click on it, and I should get the result of speakers. Okay, this is a test case. For example. So these test cases, there will be, if it is a big application, there will be thousands and thousands of test cases. I can't manually test everything, right? So I automate it. I'll write a piece of code with Selenium and other tools. I'll write a piece of code. With a click of a button, everything will be executed, and I'll know that my result. Coming to performance. So performance comes after automation. What is the main objective of performance testing is to find out the speed, reliability, scalability, and efficiency of the application when it put under a heavy load or a user load, which is heavy to the application, not one user to user, depending on the architecture of the application or weightage of the application, how much that application is performing under certain load. That's the basic definition of the performance testing what we do. Okay, so performance testing comes under a bracket called non-functional testing. What is this non-functional testing? We have other type is also called functional testing. Okay, functional testing. Manual testing and automation testing comes under functional testing. Performance and security comes under non-functional testing. The name itself says functional means the functionality. Whether I'm clicking on this button, it should work. When I'm clicking on contacts, that should work. There is a functionality. When I'm automating it, it's an automation testing. Coming to non-functional testing, we are not testing the application. So you are not testing the functionality of the application. Basically, the functionality of the application should work properly before we are going to non-functional testing. The functional testing should be done and sign-off should be given to us so that we'll go to the functional testing. So non-functional testing. But sometimes the functional testing will be, if it is a release base. Okay. So if you have any Myntra or any other app, Facebook or any YouTube, sometimes you'll get updates. So what the update mean is they'll be improving some features, they'll be improving the code, they're improving some bottlenecks or issues are there in the application and give us the update. But we are using the application parallel, right? But whatever we're using is a live, but even in the production or pre-production or QA, we will be able to access, but the code should be deployed into the non-functional testing environment. Okay. So in non-functional testing, we have two type of testing, basically performance and security. So once manual testing is done, then only we'll go to automation. Once automation is done, then only we'll go to performance. Once performance is done, then only we go to security testing. Okay. So in performance testing, we'll see broadly a performance testing guy what he does. Okay. The person we are speaking about is the person who should be able to handle project end to end. Project end to end. Any project as a performance tester should be able to handle end to end. For that, we need to learn one overall structure of the performance testing is called performance testing lifecycle. Lifecycle. Okay. So these also for entry level below 4 years, 5 years experience. This is also one important question they'll ask. What is the life cycle of performance testing? As we know, why we have a life cycle. Every product, every element which we are manufacturing have a life cycle. Have a start, have a middle, have an end. Same will have a same thing with the performance testing as well. Okay. First thing is, as we have for the development of the application, we'll have here non-functional NFRs, non-functional requirement gathering. First step is called non-functional requirement gathering. Here we'll gather our requirements. There is a list of requirements, 10, 20, 30, depending on the application. And from that list, we'll have our requirements matched up. We'll ask those questions or questionnaires to that client and we'll gather our requirements. Okay. Means what kind of application it is. Is it a web application? Is it a mobile application? Is it a what kind of protocol? Okay. What kind of a SAP application? Okay, these kind of things will be asking them. So there are other things also. For example, number of users. Okay, number of users and location, geographical location. Location. Okay, location is also important. So these kind of few things we'll be asking them, and with these inputs, we'll strategize our performance test planning. Test planning document or strategy. Strategy document or approach. Some people say it goes hand in hand, means all these three things are same. Some people say approach is different, strategy is different. No need to bother bang our heads on that. We just can go any which way. So what happens in the approach document is we'll produce this particular document to the client. Okay, once this document is approved, signed off, then only we'll go to our actual testing. What happens in this approach document or strategy document? We'll say what kind of tests we are doing, on what kind of pages or else scenarios or else applications we are doing, and and what will be the outcome, what will be the deliverables we'll give, daily status report, weekly status report, and preliminary report, summary reports, all these kind of things from end to end. What kind of tools we are using, like Jmeter, LoadRunner, Jira, Confluence, Azure, Dynatrace, any number of tools what we are using, we'll state those things, and apart from that, we'll give the dates as well, and dates like what is the timelines, basically the time, what are the timelines, what is the start date, end date, and what is the significance of it, and all these things will be putting it in the test plan, and also whatever we have gathered the requirements here, we'll also produce it here, so that okay boss, you said this, okay, we have prepared a plan. So let's see our plan or our whatever we are searching is works for you. Do you want to add anything? Do you want to subtract anything? Something like that will be discussing with the clients, or whatever the project we are handling. The third step is basically the designing of the script design. Script design. So script design, in the script design, what will happen? We'll have happy flows, for example, happy flows. We'll or also we'll call it as scenarios. People who are in performance testing, they'll know about this. Okay, scenarios. What is a happy flow or what is a scenario? Okay, for example, I'll tell a scenario in any e-commerce application or anything like that. Launch, login. Okay, searching the product, clicking on the product, adding it to the cart, right? Purchasing it and signing out. This one happy flow. Here we are not. Here we are not coming back, or any of the applications. So for performance testing, will most probably come from one end to another end. Okay. So here we have gathered, or we have uh, one second, sorry. So in these, we have touch base a few kind of pages: launch page, home page, like output of launch pages, home page basically. Search functionality, add to cart functionality, any promo codes if you want to attach, right? Any product you need to add once again. All these kind of things we will be doing it. For example, my account page, contacts page, or any order history, viewing of the order history, tracking order history, all these kind of scenarios we will be designing. So one important thing I want to tell you here is, we don't test in performance testing. We don't test everything and anything. In part of non-functional testing, if the company which gives you the project, if they know about non-functional testing, they'll give the requirements both for performance and security. Okay. In that, we need to segregate our performance testing requirements. If they know, they know. They can. It will be our easy job. For example, if someone says and test one kind of page where no one visits, only if we have like 1,000 users, only 10 people will visit in a month or any peak load to that particular page. No need to test those kind of pages. Okay. So what will test, what we don't test, all these things will come under non-functional testing requirements. We'll discuss there when we come there. Okay. This script design. So this happy flows with the help of tools like LoadRunner or Jmeter, NeoLoad, and Gatling. All these things will be LoadRunner, and Jmeter is the major tools. Using these tools, we'll capture the network traffic, and we'll just see what is the network traffic in few minutes. We'll capture that and we'll handle those. Okay. Next, script enhancements. So why we need enhancements? Once we design the script, or once we record the script, once we design the script or once we record the script, what will happen? We will enhance them. Why we need enhancements? For example, when we record any application, when we capture the network traffic, what happens if we replay it, it don't work it don't work as expected, because there will be a lot of things need to be handled. Okay, like dynamic values will be there, like user sessions will be there. All these things we need to handle, then only we should be able to run the performance testing scripts without any issue. Okay, or as expected, as in a realistic. So we are using tools, right? What we need to do, we need to do the testing in a realistic way. Okay, what happens when we use a tool? Tool doesn't pause in between any application. For example, if I go into this application, right? So I'm coming into the home page. I'm pausing like 10 seconds or 15 seconds or 1 second, anytime to just select what kind of product I need to buy, right? So what the tool does, it will click on, for example, laptop. If we record this flow, this type of flow, it will instantly come, click here, it will click here, immediately within seconds it will go. But servers are not expecting this kind of traffic to be hit, right, with a single user. Humanly, it's not possible for us to do the shopping very fastly. We'll take our time. Okay. In the Jmeter LoadRunner scripts also, we need to include the same things. those kind of enhancements for reusability of the script and to have the real world scenarios or else realistic realistic way of testing the application. For that, we will use our enhancements. Okay, next, and testing or creating the scenario or our performance testing. Okay, so here actually from this stage we'll start testing our application. Okay, testing, or we will start designing our testing activities. Okay, here what is scenario, what is the creating the scenario means? Okay, here we are speaking about one scenario, which is the happy flow. Here what is the scenario? Here the scenario is nothing but creating the scenario, or the testing part is nothing but we have different type of tests in performance testing. Performance testing is not a one aspect. Okay, performance testing is a combination of multiple runs. For example, what as a performance test, what type of test do you do? You do load testing, okay, endurance, stress, spike, and volume. We'll do other type of testing also, but that's baseline benchmarking, scalability. These things also there, but that is less significance is there. But we'll discuss it going forward. These five kind of testing we'll do. Combination of all these are all five things we will perform as a performance tester. Whole our career, I'll only testing part will run around all these things. Okay, majorly whatever you do, you compulsorily you do load testing. Next stress, next endurance, stress, spike, volume are optional depending on the application. So for example, where you will do spike testing. What is meant by spike testing? Okay, we'll see what is spike testing, then we'll know where it will go. Spike testing is nothing but sudden we have spikes in that earthquake monitor or in hospitals, right? So the spike will go up and immediately come down. Consider those as users. If users are coming into the application very fastly and going away very fastly, for example, any big billion is there, they come at that hour and they go away. Okay, this is called spike testing. So now we do with your LoadRunner Jmeter, we do similar kind of testing before it go to live, before it go to the real-time users. Okay, that's where we will be doing our spike testing. So that's one example, but we'll see individually later part. Next, what we have? Next we have executing the scenario. Executing the scenario. Execution is nothing but that's a typical term what we'll use for testing. Okay, typical term in performance testing. Executions means testing the application. But if we want to run load testing, there is one execution, endurance testing execution, something like that. Okay, simple. We'll design here. We'll just click on run button here. That's it. That's what happens here in the execution. Okay, then monitoring. When the test has been started, we'll monitor few things. We'll monitor few things. Those things are called servers. Servers. With that, we will calibrate two kind of metrics, that is called client side and server side. Okay. So these kind of metrics will monitor while doing our executions. Why? Even server is a mission, right? So we'll see its health, right? Like what is the CPU, what is the memory, what is the network, and what is the response times, right? What is the throughput, what's H per second. All these things will measure. Okay. So whatever you do as a performance tester, your roles and responsibilities will roam around these things. This is called end-to-end performance testing. From starting zero to delivering our performance, deliverables, giving the expectation or confidence to the clients that you go to the application with your live with your application, there won't be any issue when the users are within our threshold. Okay, that's why everyone will concentrate on other testings also, but not like that part. But with my experience, few clients will be very much interested in performance testing, because this is the only testing which replicates the real user behavior. Or sorry, oh, I heard a echo. I'm just hearing it again. I think someone is not in mute. Okay. Okay. So people will be a lot of people will be interested in your testing aspects. Okay, we're coming to performance testing, because what we will be doing in performance testing. For example, uh, take an application as A. For this application, the clients are expecting, for example, 1 lakh users. Okay, 1 lakh users. With the help of these tools, what we'll do, we'll test with 1 lakh users. This is a peak user load. Okay, we'll test with these 1 lakh users and tell the client, so these are the bottlenecks or these are the issues you have with the application, right? Then you fix those and we'll test it again. Then the application will work properly. Those kind of things will be giving confidence to them. Okay, that's why it is very important, and lot of people, a lot of eyes are, on you when you are testing this. So once, so any doubts until now? Anyone? Any doubts?
I just want to know what is the, syllabus perspective, what all of thing going to be covered for the performance testing. Last time when Amulya was, she was taken, she has given the brief introduction about the syllabus about the LoadRunner tool, learning about the LoadRunner tool perspective, and as you mentioned, this is a performance life cycle. Life cycle
Okay, okay.
perspective.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah.
just want to know the
Syllabus, right? Okay. Syllabus. Maybe after this class, I will send it through Anita or someone. That you can quickly go through it. But syllabus. For example, with the loader perspective, I'll tell you.
Hmm.
Recording. I'll just reduce it here just for a small glance. We'll have that recording, enhancements.
how many protocols? Any apart from HTML,
No,
HTTP?
yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Yeah. Runtime settings, recording options, protocols like web HTTP, HTML, web services, uh, true client. I don't know whether we should include it or not, but I'll just after this I'll update you. True client. Then after that, what else we have?
My concern in this part, true client, do you have
Hmm.
any experience on the
Yeah,
true
I have
client with
experience
tool?
with true client. Yes, 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 yes.
Then we can add. Practically we had, earlier they plan to add the videos. So when I requested to, that time I want to see the practical enhancement activity using true client, using LoadRunner tool, in Vuegen.
Okay. No, no,
So they
no
said,
issues. I'll have one day dedicated to true client. Okay. So a true client we can have, and we have controller. In controller we have different kind of aspects there as well. In controller, what we can see, you know, uh,
you see, in
designing
controller
of
will
the
comes
scenario.
under designing, different types of designing activities will comes on controller.
1 second.
LoadRunner perspective,
Sai,
we
yeah,
can
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah. I'll complete the syllabus. What I'm giving is high level. High level syllabus. Okay. In depth syllabus you will get it.
Yeah, my point
Okay.
of view, what I'm trying
Controller.
to say, in controller part, load test designing section will comes under that part. Yes, you will design, you will explain about how different types of designing activities, scenarios. Scenario is going to be designed, right? So that will cover in this part. That is okay. That is okay. Fine. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. So designing of different type of text work, as we discussed, that will be also covered, and analysis. In analysis, we'll be having what is the aspects of throughput, hits per second, what kind of different graphs we can pull, how can we merge them. For example, if you are using different type of load engines, how we can segregate the reports between different kind of load engines also we can see. So with controller, the one issue is we can use few companies use controller for designing the scenario and executing the scenario. What few people do is few people use other kind of aspects. For example, Azure load testing services, right? And Splunk, not Splunk, but other kind of tools to run these test scripts. Okay, so that's can be done. But I'll show controller. For example, performance center is also there. That is a web-based application. For this, to do this all these kind of activities, there will be one package will be sent to you. LR, I think which version, I don't know which version they'll send you. They'll send you this version. There we need to install, and I can even help you with installing those things. The three components will be coming on your desktop when you install it. That is Vusion, control, and analysis. Okay, in Vusion you do all these kind of activities. Okay, in controller you do the design and this thing. In analysis we'll do the analysis part. Majorly in a very high level we'll discuss all these things, but it's not that simple. Each and every recording category will have different type of recordings. Enhancements, we have different type of enhancements. Recording runtime settings, we have a hell lot of recording settings, runtime settings. Okay, so those kind of things individually we'll be discussing, and why we use web services, why we use web, HTTP, HTML. For example, one person is having SAP experience. There we have T codes and SAP logon. How they, so we'll see how many kind of protocols are there. Even we have SAP one section also was there. I think in Isha only they'll provide course on SAP GUI protocol as well. That was very good. Even I gone through it. It's very good. So those kind of things. So anything else, guys? Anything else before we move forward? Anything else that we need to discuss?
Just one question, Abhishek here.
Yeah, yeah,
This
Abhishek.
performance, yeah, this performance center you mentioned, right? So that is
Hmm.
also a paid service. I mean, like provided by LoadRunner, or it is
Uh, I don't know, but what I can do is whenever I'm taking any class, I'll tell this is an interview question. When a student is
okay.
especially looking, even one person, I'll tell this is the interview question. This is the
Okay.
interview. What do you do? One tip I can give you for anyone or anyone, everyone else, but keep a book. Okay, separate book for interview questions. For example, we have different kind of phases in the life cycle, right? For
Hmm.
non-functional requirement gathering. Okay, for this you keep 2-3 pages. You leave 2-3 pages for test plan. You leave 2-3 pages. Whatever the questions which comes under NFR gathering and test plan or design, you write down there. Don't write answers. Write only questions.
Hmm.
Okay. Even when I'm saying when you're going to interview, if you are having any experience in interview, you write down all the questions. You come, you prepare, you see the videos, or you come, you Google it, you come and prepare. Next time when you're going to the interview, if you're if you ever heard any interview question that you don't know, if you're going to the interview again, you should able to tell the answer. If not, don't sit for the interview. There's a one tip I can give you. So if you segregate these things, you'll have hardly like 300-400 questions daily. Once you 1 hour 2 hour you spend that much of time, read only questions. Automatically the answer will trigger in your mind. If you forget it, you will go on very soon. So those, prepare like that. You can easily able to clear it in 15 days after the class. Give 10-15 days of gap for preparation. You should be able to. This one tip I can give. Uh, and you can ask Anita or someone who is the HR who is handling you. What about the interview questions? Okay. If she says she's providing, she'll provide, or else I'll take some time. We'll give you, I'll try to give some 100 or 200 interview questions for you, for everyone.
And one another question is like
Yeah, yeah.
initially when uh, another ma'am was taking the initial
Yes, yes.
days of session. So there
Correct.
she mentioned about the garbage collectors, probably how we can do analysis on the GC part.
Okay.
Like, yeah, so something there, if
Okay.
we will get some
Sure.
insight, it will be really helpful.
Definitely, definitely. GC, I can tell you the overall, even interest perspective up to some level. I can tell you what will be there, entire architecture of it, how will be
Yeah.
knowing the whether the garbage collector is properly working on or using the endurance testing. All this I'll be explaining. If not, if you are very much interested, I'll prepare my own. I'll try to add few more points there also. Yeah, this is also will be covered. Yeah, even though I didn't tell in the I mean the number of syllabus part, but this will be also there.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so we'll go forward. For example, I'm come. So this is the last part. I'll take 5-10 minutes of your time. Go to inspect elements. This is the network tab. You need to go. Okay. For example, if I'm coming to this and clicking on laptops, okay, this one action I have performed. This is one action I performed. When I come here, nothing. Okay, 1 second. Nothing is recorded. What happened? Strange. Okay. Actually, I'm not able to capture what is the. Okay. Just add one more. Hmm. Mm. Okay, that's changed. But I can show you another some tomorrow session. I'll show you another laptop. What where I was saying. 1 second, let me try. Catalog. Okay. One.
Hello.
Hello.
Who is the, may I know the good name? Who is
It's
taking the
It's
class?
Krishna. It's Krishna.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Tell me. Who is this? Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Sai,
Krishna.
tell me.
Krishna, my concern in this part when I started with Soumya, she's a trainer for this session. Soumya, Amulya, sorry, Amulya. I request to prepare the, not apart from the, I asked her to prepare the script using LoadRunner, different application like not for the JPEG store and I mean ticket booking, right? Something flight ticket booking. Apart from
Yes.
these two application, we will go with new basic, I mean, script preparation for the low Vusion. I mean, using Vusion tool, we will prepare the script, right? So apart from these two application, I ask her to prepare a script, different
Do you
application.
have any other tools? Do you have any suggestions on that?
Basically, she
Any
said she
demo?
had some, I mean, Isha Institute have different application internally. So can you please discuss with them and get the application to
Okay.
record the
I'll
script using? Yeah.
Okay.
She
No
said
problem.
like that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll note it down. Okay. So, what are the application we are handling? Only the challenges will be the part, but what I'm showing is, just for introduction. Okay. This will keep everyone, excited, or it won't confuse a lot of things. Okay. So whenever we use an application, for example, Jmeter store, I came into this application. I have done one action. In this, I'll show you one request. This is called the network traffic. This is called the network traffic. We'll capture all these requests, not all this, but only the fetch attacks are the pure these requests, and we'll handle those requests, and we'll load into our Jmeter load runner tool. Okay, we'll load it and we'll run it once again. Then what happens? Whatever the actions we are performing here, it will replicate them. Why I'm showing this here is, for example, forget about all these requests. Concentrate only this category dot action. Consider only this one is there. Okay. For we have multiple applications, right? In one application we'll have multiple pages. For dogs we have one page, for fish we have one page, cats, birds we have one page. For each and every page there will be multiple requests. For each and every page there will be multiple requests. There will be one application. For one application we have different pages. For each page we have multiple requests. So these are the requests are responsible for loading this particular page. But in performance testing, the important part we need to consider is we don't include the front-end elements like JSS, ping, SVG, all these things we don't include basically. CSS elements, PNG elements. Okay. all these things, these ping elements, we don't include these things. We'll only include fetch the slash XHR or documents. Okay. I
And what is
personally
the
call it
reason
as
behind?
okay.
Sorry, Abhishek here. I mean, like, why we do this? Like, why we don't include any JS pages load or CSS
Yeah,
and all?
okay. Yeah, that's good question. So that good. So what happens when we include all these things means front end is a when we are doing testing, front end is a heavy part of the application. Okay. For loading pages, for loading videos or graphics, it will take a lot of time. We have discussed one protocol like TrueCent protocol, right? In the TrueCent protocol, we'll include front end elements as well. But for example, with web HTTP HTML protocol, without including any JSS or CSS elements, for example, if I can able to test 1,000 users with, for example, our by including our front end elements, we should be able to test only like 25 to 30 users. Okay.
Understood.
What if, yeah, what if I want to do front end testing with front end, back end, everything, 1,000 users, the infrastructure will be huge. So for that, we have a different kind of testing called front end performance testing also. Most of the people doesn't know it. We have this performance here, right? Here we have this INP, all the other aspects we have. That majorly no, lot of companies doesn't do it. For example, if I quickly show you, if I click on this button, you'll have all these things loaded here. I don't know whether it's not recording now, but all the elements are all the the front end performance testing elements also will be loaded here. But we don't go there. But as you have answered that question, that's why we don't include the JSS elements. So when
Okay,
doing testing also, mm-mm,
so basically we only target the APIs that basically
APIs,
go to the backend. So just
correct,
go to the
correct.
backend, those only, so that we can increase the throughput. We can have more hits per second from
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
APIs
with
doesn't
less,
have the
yeah,
images, CSS files. So only
yes,
sending message and expected response for the request. So that is
yes, correct.
message
so
content.
so uh, uh, what is the logic here is, for example, I said for every page there will be multiple requests, right? This individual request is called an API. Even
Hmm.
in the web services or API testing, we do testing for this individually. We'll gather this URL separately, we'll gather this header separately, any authentication is there, we'll gather it separately, and we'll include it in the LoadRunner, we'll run it. That's it. But there is a why we are doing it, it's a different story that we'll discuss later. What is the difference between web HTML protocol, web services, or API testing is different. Okay.
Okay.
But this will technically we will call one as a request or API. Both are fine. Both are same. So in this one we have is it take the structure what we have in the one request. In one request we have majorly the URL, headers, request headers and response headers, payload. If it is a post request, payload will be having, and the response and the response. So these are the majorly three things: headers, URL, and the body. These are the majorly things that we need to include. For example, we need to know how to read it. For example, I have clicked on this particular this fish. In fishes I have clicked on this one, some angel fish something. Okay, I'll come here. In the URL I can see the product ID, which we are seeing here. Okay, and viewpoint or everything. Okay, we need to see. We'll see what is the meaning of HTTPS. What is this? What is these elements? And after the question mark, what are these things? Some people know, but anyhow, we'll discuss those things. And
It's
request
passing
headers.
body data. I want to update one thing. Krish, right? Your name, Krishna.
Krishna, yeah.
Krish. The method also one of the important key. It will play a key role. Method also one of the types of method. Request method also one of the
Yeah,
thing. So
one thing
types of method
yeah,
wise. When
one
we'll
thing is
record the
like we
script,
can't discuss
yes, yes.
we can't discuss everything here. Why
Correct,
I'm
correct.
showing in class also how I will take it is I don't show one aspect one day. I'll show one concept 2 or 3 days. So that first day you will be knowing few things. Second day I'll add to it. Third day I'll add to it.
Correct.
So it will be
What I'm trying to
seamlessly.
say. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
seamlessly I'll tell you. Okay.
Yes.
So
My
what are the meaning of get? If I want to go
mm,
in depth, I need
mm,
to
mm,
teach everything. All
mm,
this
mm.
aspect I can't teach.
Correct. What I'm trying to say, you are covering the point, right? So method also, the request method also one of the main key point, KPI aspect in this part. When you record the script, this is already generated in the script level. If you want to implement the API testing, you should be properly implement the get method type also. This comes under, as you mentioned, the web services related, API testing. We are not recording for API testing. We will implement the HTTP request in the Jmeter or whatever. So that time you should properly mention the types of method also, request method, get or post, or that's my concern in this part.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So when we send a request, we with this thing will get a response. So what will this we will see this one as backend or this request. We don't see this kind of response here. What we'll see this page. For example, when I'm clicking on this particular button, what is the response? This is the request which I sent. What is the response? This is the response. Here, what is the request I sent? This is the request, right? These are headers. This is the URL. This is the payload, for example. But this is the response. This is the response. If I see the preview, it will be similar to this, but it's not exact part. Preview means before, just as a light note, we will be seeing in HTML page, some similar to this, not having heavy elements, but these things. So this is so combining multiple requests like this, or for one page, whatever the request we have. For example, this is one request we have as a demo application, but in real time application, we'll have, for example, 10 requests, 20 requests also will be there sometimes. We need to handle those things as well. Okay, so here what we learn easily is, but with whatever we are seeing in the UI, few things we are seeing here also. Okay, this is a very simple structure, but if you go to real time, there will be a hell lot of things that will be there. But few tips and techniques I will tell you, which need to be taken seriously, which should not taken seriously. Right? For example, this value we need to take seriously because this is a parameter value, or we can correlate it as well. But this, for example, if I come here, if I want to visit this page, if I want to visit this page, what I'll do, I'll simply change this value from 0, 1 to 0, 1 to 0, 2. That's it. Okay. So similar to these kind of things we'll be seeing in our class. Okay. And whatever Sai said, get method, post method, put, delete, update, everything will be seeing it. As we can't discuss everything in one class, I just want to intrigue your interest. Only one thing is you should be excited when you're coming to the class. My every class will be like that only. Okay. So yeah, a few things. Garbage collector. I'll collect the inputs and I will explain it to you. And some complicated application I'll get it, but it will take time for overwhelmed a few other people. But it will be good if you have a complicated application, if you learn it, okay, in the starting of your phases. Then any application you will be able to handle. But we'll see one or two sample applications to take it easy at the starting, but then going forward, we'll have the complex applications as well. And you will be seeing what is the difference between a complex and very easy application. And also, one small thing we have, which is called domains. Okay, domains will be interchangeable. www.com, google.com is a domain. Automobile applications, or else aeronautical, e-commerce, those are domains. Okay, we'll be having different kind of domains. For example, e-commerce we have, for example, Flipkart, Amazon. That application will have different kind of characteristics, different kinds of user flows. For example, in the banking application, that having different kind of flows and pages, different kind of pages will be there. So that also we'll discuss, and how to handle those things also we'll see. Maybe one or two domains I'll try to get one application. We'll see those things. So any other doubts, guys, before we closing our
No,
session?
yeah, Krishna. So whatever you explained today, so everything will go in a very elaborated way in upcoming
Definitely.
sessions.
Yes, definitely. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. So yeah, if nothing else, I'll stop recording. We'll
Just
see in
just
tomorrow.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
just one request is like if we'll get some idea. I mean, it's up to you. It's not mentioned in the syllabus. Like
Okay.
how the flows goes from our client server to the backend. maybe the web server will come into picture first, or then it goes to the app server, then it goes to the DB, it comes back, right? This is how generally the flow is. Some ideas on that. I It
No,
helps
no,
to
that's
analyze.
true. That I didn't explain it here because
Yeah,
already the session
but
has been given to you, so I don't want to bore you guys. And
yeah,
second
yeah.
thing is, I know a lot of people have background knowledge also, so they'll be also getting bored. So I directly
Mhm.
jumped into the very high
Okay.
level part. I touched very high level. But as
Okay.
you said, even if any experienced guy is there or not, I will explain from like a
Okay.
very basically. I'll explain lot of whatever I have to. I'll do that so that for everyone it will be a fair game, fair for with
Okay. Thank
everyone.
you.
Okay, that's that. I'll take a note. So few things, if you can, guys, ask me that this I need to cover. Please let me know so that I'll cover if we have time. As a bonus, I'll cover that. In last day, I'll come and I'll cover it. And any other demo websites or any other doubts you have faced in the real time and interview questions you have in doubt, please ping me or once we start the class. Okay, I will get answers or I'll tell you how to explain those things as well. Okay, guys, that's it for today. If we don't have anything, we'll wind up today. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Krisha.
Thank you for your
Tomorrow
time.
we'll
Yeah.
connect.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.